You know what a fan of Olivia I am, Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, I thought you meant Newton John.
No.
Fan of Olivia.
I saw on
For Chris Demm, it's Olivia de Havilland.
Okay.
That really said a lot about both of you.
When Olivia comes on the radio, Olivia Rodrigo, I'll say to my kids, everybody be quiet. Livy's got a song. Yeah, she's got a new one out.
Livy's singing.
I always say Livy's singing.
Livy.
I have to say this about Olivia, and I love her. A lot of her songs sound very similar. One to the next sound the same. Biggie may know this. You're an Olivia fan.
Not really, but yeah, I've heard enough to know that you're right.
I tell my daughter, pipe down. Yesterday, my daughter wanted to play some. I was taking her to a little trick-or-treat party she was going on. And she said, I'd like to hear some Christian music. And I said, do we absolutely positively have to?
What channel is that?
I don't have a button for that.
No, she goes, let me just play it through my phone. So I turned the radio down, and she was playing Christian music through her phone. But whatever station I had it on, the display came up in the wife's car. So the display comes up, and it says, it goes from one song to the next, and so I can see Olivia Rodrigo. And I said, pipe down with that religious stuff. We're listening to Olivia. And I turned down, and she just looked at me like, I cannot believe you made me mute Jesus for Olivia.
Override.
This is about being old as well. Last week, Olivia was on with, this is Rodrigo, not Newton John, or de Havilland, was on with Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
And apparently she had recently been to the White House.
Well, remember she was talking about the vaccine.
Is that why she was there? She was
It
talking
was about a
vaccine?
month, 5 weeks ago.
That was a while ago.
So Kimmel asked, did she get any gifts from the president? Apparently, each president will give a gift bag if you're a guest to the White House. And she said, yes, he gave her some Ray-Ban sunglasses, which I guess
That's his
his thing, yeah. And then also in there were a couple of odd items, M&Ms, but there was one item that was really stuck with Jimmy Kimmel.
He gave me some M&Ms, and he also gave me a shoehorn, which was strange.
Did he really give you a shoehorn?
Really, it had the presidential emblem on it. I'm serious, it's in my house.
Well, if you ever thought Joe Biden was too old to be president, now we know he is. He's giving out shoehorns. He's giving out shoehorns.
I don't know, among some other stuff.
Did you pretend to be interested in the shoehorn?
I didn't see it when he gave it to me. It was in a bag, and I opened it up. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
All right, breaking news here. Olivia took to her Instagram, and she said, you guys, I'm embarrassed. It is not a shoehorn. It is an ice cream scoop.
What?
Oh, my word.
I saw a picture
So
of
many
it.
levels.
Yeah.
Her mom said, Olivia said to her mom, what is this thing? And her mom said, that's a shoehorn. And so she ran with it and went out.
Mom didn't know?
Mom didn't know. She said, that's a shoehorn. And I saw a picture of it. It's silver. It has the presidential seal in the scoop. And it is 100% an ice cream scoop. There's no doubt about it.
Like with the little latch on it that you can get like a regular looking
It's
ice
just an
cream.
ice
have a
cream
handle.
scoop. It's an ice cream scoop with a handle. That's all it is. It's like
a
scoop.
shoehorn is just kind of a thin
Yes.
piece of metal. That's,
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
fatter at one end and
That's
thinner
right.
at the other.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, though. This is just me talking. I'd get more use out of a shoehorn than an ice cream scoop. I don't even use this.
You eat it out of the carton.
Right.
Look. Sorry, Mr. President. I'm a carton man.
I skipped the middleman, Mr. President.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
I just use a spoon. That's all I do. That's all I need.
Shoehorn, ice cream scoop. Either one sounds like something your batty old neighbor gives you.
Well, now, that's another thing. When they were talking about that, when he was making that joke about, you know how he's old, he gives out shoehorns, but aren't shoehorns still useful? Now, my dad used to have them in his closet, and when I was
Mine too.
I get, but I mean, aren't they still just as useful as they used to be?
I have a confession. I use one every morning on this pair of shoes.
Right.
Every single morning.
I don't think of that as an old person thing. I think of that as that's a pretty useful thing to have, a shoehorn.
Well, it's usually for a dress shoe.
A gentleman should have a shoe.
I agree.
And mostly
I agree.
with men's leather shoes. Now, Chris Demm is not wearing leather. He just can't get down there.
I know. But I easily we have an ice cream scoop, but I never use it. If I make a bowl of ice cream, I'll just get a big spoon and take it
How do you want to
out.
get an ice cream scoop with the presidential seal on it?
I wouldn't need it. If I had found out it was an ice cream scoop instead of a shoehorn, I'd be disappointed.
It's just odd.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Maybe they served ice cream or something. I don't know why he did that. M&Ms and ice cream.
M&Ms probably have the seal on them too.
Oh, you
I bet
think?
they have a special section at the M&M store that they make
Presidential
those.
seal.
I would
Pretty
think.
cool. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. That's what she got. There's a sports note here, too. One more instead of the World Series. The NASCAR race yesterday had some controversy at the end. Did you watch it, Biggie? You're a NASCAR man.
I didn't see the end. I saw the highlights, though, and I wish I'd been watching.
This is Martinsville. Denny Hamlin drives the FedEx Ground Toyota, and Alex Bowman drives a Chevrolet. And apparently Bowman, how good is Bowman? I don't know him. I know Hamlin. I don't know Bowman.
He's who replaced Jimmy Johnson for Hendrick.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I mean, he's pretty good. He's won a few times.
Okay, so Alex Bowman, apparently at the end of this race, they got into each other. You know how it goes sometimes.
Sure.
Bowman winds up winning. Hamlin winds up back in the pack because he loses. The very end of the race. Well, Bowman had this take on it, like, hate it happened, but
That's racing.
That's racing.
I just got loose in. I got in too deep, knocked him out of the way, and literally let him have the lead back. So for anybody that wants to think that I was trying to crash him, it obviously wasn't the case considering I literally gave up the lead at Martinsville to give it back to him. So he's been on the other side of that. He's crashed guys here for wins. I hate doing it. Obviously, it's not, I don't want to crash somebody, and I just got in, got loose underneath him, and spun him out. So regardless, we get a freaking grandfather clock. It's pretty special.
You get a grandfather clock for winning that.
Friggin' grandfather clock.
It's their thing.
That's what they do.
Pretty special, as you heard him say.
Sure.
Hamlin pulled his Toyota in front of Bowman's Chevrolet as Bowman was about to do a victory burnout, not liking what had happened.
Oh.
That's where it got good.
As Bowman drove by him and did the 180-degree turn, Hamlin rammed the nose of his car into Bowman and started pushing it backwards after the race.
Mid-donut?
Mid-donut.
Wow.
I've never seen such a
A
thing.
mid-donut ramming. Hamlin's crew chief can be heard on the radio saying, be smart, big picture, don't go overboard with it. Don't get fined, don't get suspended.
Because Hamlin's in the championship 4.
Right.
So they're like, don't do anything
Stupid.
to mess that up.
Hamlin,
If you're NASCAR, can you let somebody just crash someone else's celebration?
will there be
That's
repercussions?
dicey.
It is.
And what's the point?
You don't want to remove him from the championship because of that, but
I know. That's
you're not supposed to do that.
well, clear. No, absolutely not. This is Hamlin talking about what Bowman did on the track.
He's just a hack. He's just an absolute hack. He gets his ass kicked by his teammates every week, and just, he's terrible. He's just terrible, and he sees one opportunity and he takes it. But obviously, he's got the fastest car every week, and he runs 10th. So he didn't want to race us there. We had a good, clean race. I moved up as high as I could on the racetrack to give him all the room I could, and he still can't drive.
To be that close with the day you guys had, to come from the back, how much more frustrating does that make it to get cleaned out, in your opinion, there at the very end?
I didn't hear what you said.
Thanks, Denny.
All right.